What's up, guys? In this video we're going to be looking at the top stocks and penny stocks to watch for this upcoming week, guys. We're going to be going over exactly what are the major companies that is going to be reporting earnings. We're going to be talking about Tesla, Snapchat, a few airline stocks. I'm going to be going over also penny stocks that are in the online education sector that has been trending up to the upside. You guys actually requested I go over these stocks, guys, so I'm going to go in detail if these companies are a buy or we should be locking our profits, guys. So all of this information is going to be coming up. I'm also going to be going over an important economic report that can potentially move the stock market for tomorrow, guys. So make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so before we get into the video, make sure you like the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions or any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below, guys. So the most important earnings for this week, guys, is going to be on Wednesday. It's going to be for the company Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. Now this company has been on a tear. It recently went up to approximately $1,789. It kind of clipped through just a little below $1,800, and then it sold off to the current price of $1,500, guys. So a lot of people are actually anticipating this company's earning, which is going to be on Wednesday after the market closes. And analysts expect Tesla to deliver about 75,000 cars in the second quarter of 2020. That would be down from about 88,000 in the first quarter and down from 95,000 a year earlier. So analysts are estimating for a second quarter of this year peak at about 125,000 deliveries. You know, this is due to, of course, the pandemic that affected the entire world. And looking beyond deliveries, Tesla earnings had beaten Wall Street estimate for the past couple of quarters. What is more, it has generated positive free cash flow for the past 3 consecutive quarters. So that is really fantastic. And due to that reason, the stock on each of the past 3 earnings reports has spiked up to the upside significantly, and that was great for Tesla stock investors. Strong financial results are a big reason Tesla shares are up almost 70% year to date, far better than the comparable double-digit decline for the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Another automotive stocks, including part suppliers, are down roughly between 30% and 50% year to date. Also, the Russell 3000 Auto and Auto Parts Index is down just 13% to date. But Tesla is also included in this index. Its 130 billion market capitalization is more than the combined total of the other 23 components. So Tesla has made a significant increase on its evaluations. So we'll see exactly what can potentially happen on Wednesday. As you can see over here, these are the companies that are going to be reporting earnings for this upcoming week, and you can clearly see what is the average option supply move expected. So what that basically means is that options market makers actually calculate if this stock is going to significantly move to the upside or to the downside. This shows you exactly the percentage that they are anticipating. So for Tesla stock on Wednesday, the options implied move is 15.2%, and on average, Tesla stock moves 8.1% when they report earnings. So definitely keep an eye on Tesla stock, especially if you are an investor and you're passionate about investing in this electric vehicle companies. The sector in general has been super hot. The stocks has been spiking significantly to the upside that are involved in electric vehicles. Now let's move on to all of the companies that are going to be reporting earnings for this upcoming week. As you can see over here, on Monday we got IBM, we got Logitech, we got a lot of companies that are reporting earnings. Also on Tuesday we got Snapchat, United Airlines. We got on Wednesday we have Tesla, Chipotle, Microsoft. Now Chipotle has been going to the upside a lot. It went above $1,000. Also Microsoft is just moving to the upside a lot. Of course, we got Biogen also too, which is in the healthcare sector. That has been going up to the upside too. So keep an eye on these major companies. Also on Thursday we got Twitter, which recently got an issue with big accounts actually got hacked, like Elon Musk, Bill Gates accounts has been hacked. So we'll see exactly what they can do and what can they talk about exactly how to prevent this kind of issues from happening in the future. So expect some kind of information that is going to be presented about what happened in this exact scenario. So that is an important earnings report and earnings press conference to listen to after hours. This is going to be before market open. Also, we got AT&T, we got Southwest. It's going to be before market open. And we also have Intel that's going to be after hours. And on Friday, we got Verizon, we got Honeywell, and these are the major companies that you need to keep an eye on for this upcoming weeks. But now let's look at exactly also what are the biggest implied moves expected by the options makers. So on Thursday, we got SG ticker symbol options implied move. They're estimating a 27% move, so that is a lot. Also, we got BJ's BJRI. The options implied move is 22%. We also have, of course, we talked about Tesla. They're expecting 15%. And we also have another big number. It's going to be from Limelight, and that options implied move is 19.3%. They're expecting that's going to be for Monday. That's going to be reported. So these are all of the companies that are significantly can move a lot. So the options, market makers are expecting huge moves for these specific companies. So if you want to place quick trades on these companies after they report earnings, if you want to participate on earnings day, before earnings day, it's super risky because you don't know what's going to happen. When they report the earnings, the stock can go up and down. Even though they actually had a very solid earnings report, their guidance was super good, the stock can still crash. It's also the same with the other way around. They can report a very negative number and the stock can eventually go to the upside. So this is really a gamble. What you can possibly do is to wait and let the companies report their earnings and see exactly what the stock is going to go up or down. And after that, there's going to be a continuation either to the downside if the stock gaps down, or a continuation to the upside if the stock gaps up. And you can take advantage of these continuation moves, and these stocks are going to be also have super volatile after they report their earnings. So keep an eye on all of these stock guys. But now let's move on and see exactly the charts for these companies that are going to be reporting earnings. So we talked about Tesla stock. It's kind of consolidating at $1,500 over here. It has been consolidating at $1,500. So expect this stock to significantly be up or down. It can go to the upside and break out of the top that it made over here, which is close to $1,800, or it come down to around $1,300. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen for this company. A lot of eyeballs are going to be on it for sure on Wednesday. So another company that we talked about is United Airlines. So the airline sector has been crushed a lot, as you can see over here, due to the pandemic. It just got destroyed and it tried to bounce back again due to positive news that came out. There's going to be potential vaccine, and it just sells off again because the second wave. Another, it comes back up again and just sells off again. And we had a positive news that came out about mRNA stock, that they have a positive, vaccine that they're trying to progress to the second stage, which is currently, they saw a very fantastic report that came out. They actually experimented it on people, and that was a fantastic result. Due to that positive news, it kind of spiked up and it kind of pulled back again too. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen with this company. Of course, their earnings is going to be super, super bad, but we'll see exactly if it can just go down to the area that it kind of had a bottom over here, which is kind of consolidating around $20. But the worst that it can possibly go, it's around, I believe, $25. So now let's move on to another airline stock, which is going to be Southwestern Airlines. So this company has also had the same kind of price action move, just like Southwestern. It kind of sold off to the pandemic, bounced back up again significantly, which is a huge, huge bounce within a matter of few days and weeks. And it sold off again and had that spike because of the mRNA news. And as you can see over here, it's kind of like in its triangle area over here. So it can definitely, their earnings probably going to be super bad too. But you never know, they might say that they actually laid off a lot of employees, and investors might like that because they're going to save the money because they laid off the employees, and the stock might eventually go up. But you never know with these companies what they say to make their stock price and investors happy. So we'll see how this is going to turn out. Another company is also going to be Snapchat. The implied move for this specific stock is around 14.8%, either to the upside or to the downside. It had a very solid recovery, and it's been going to the upside really, really good. We'll see exactly how this is going to pan out. It had made a high of like $26, and if they report positive earnings, it might eventually break out to the upside and go to like $28, or it come down. There's like the 200 moving average over here, so it can kind of get to the $22 area. Now let's move on to the 3 penny stocks that we're going to be talking about. You guys actually were talking in the comment section for me to make a video about MVIS. This is a company that you guys are kind of speculating that there's going to be a buyout coming out pretty soon. It had a beautiful breakout at around $1.60, and it went all the way up to peak at $3.50, and it's kind of right around the middle of nowhere right now to get involved in it. But if it can kind of pull back to the downside over here, we can definitely use the price point of around $1.80, to risk off of that area to kind of buy and play out if they're actually going to be a buyout. But I did a lot of research on it, and I was not able to find any kind of news outlets that kind of talked about it. But this specific company is in the scientific and technical instruments, which is basically in the technology sector. And as you can see over here, the share outstanding is 140 million shares, and there are 14% of institutional ownership for this company. Insider ownership is only 1.6%, and there's going to be a lot of volume for this company. There's 83 million shares of this company traded. A lot of buying and selling been happening within this company. As you can see, it's been trending to the upside beautifully, so expect maybe there is something that could potentially develop and a news that can come out that is super positive. But it's still kind of had a beautiful breakout to the upside. We'll see what's going to happen in the next upcoming days. But if you want to get involved in it right now, it's kind of hard to get involved in it because there's, as I mentioned, it's in the middle of nowhere. But you can definitely risk off of the other high over here, which is the $2.50 area as a support if we can kind of hold it. But ideally, this is the price point to kind of use as a support area. But this is just a very beautiful multi-month breakout that we are looking at right now. Let's move on to the other stock that we talked about, which is on the online education sector. And one of you guys actually asked me what is the best stock for in this specific sector for the future too. I made this video about ZVO a few months ago. I think still this company has a potential to go to the upside, especially with their earnings reporting, and they can talk about, of course their revenue is going to be going up because a lot of schools, a lot of educational institutions are closed due to the pandemic, and they're expected to be closed too in the majority of the states around the US. So expect this company to also have increased revenue for the next few months. And so they're going to be reporting positive earnings eventually. They're going to beat their revenue. So we're going to see exactly if there's going to be continuation to the upside. But as you can see over here, it broke out of, the $3.50 area. It broke out of, pulled back, now kind of had it from $4 and went to $4.50. So now it's kind of hovering in this price point area. But the ideal price point was, of course, to get involved in it right around over here when we were kind of talking about it over here, which is like around $3, $2.50 area. But ideally, there's going to be potential continuation for the next few months. So it's definitely going to be a good swing trading opportunity if you believe in the company is going to have a continuation to the upsides due to the current pandemic we're experiencing right now and the quarantine that some states are involved in. So the other company we're going to be looking at is going to be ticker symbol. This is a penny stock, HMHC. This is also an online education company. They announced that the news that that they introduced Teachers Corner, a first of its kind online professional learning environment that empowers educators in a remote world. So this is specifically for educators and teachers. Because of that news, the stock eventually spiked up to the price point where it had a resistance over here, which is around $2.90 area, and it kind of broke out and pulled back again. So if we can kind of hold this area and have a continuation to the upside, that is an ideal situation to get involved in it. If you believe the company is going to have a continuation move, due to the same thesis of these online education companies having a very, very solid potential move and business because of the closure of due to the pandemic. So the share outstanding for this company is 124 million shares, and institution ownership is 98.3%. So a lot of the shares are held by hedge funds or banks and major firms. So that is really good to know. And 0.7% of these company shares are held by insider ownership. So that is also important information to know. So the stock was already up 19.14%, and we'll see exactly if they're going to have a continuation in the next few days, next few months, to see specifically what is going to happen. So now let's move on to the important economic reports that can potentially affect the stock market, guys, for the next day, for tomorrow. So there's actually no reports coming out. However, there's going to be important reports in Europe and China that can potentially significantly have an impact on the US markets tomorrow. But for Chinese markets, when the market opens, we kind of know because their report's going to be reported like overnight. So the move might already happen right at market open when the US markets open. So maybe if you trade futures with the futures market overnight, you might actually see the moves when they actually announce those reports, the European markets when they actually report those reports. But that is probably going to be the impact already be done at night, and we're already going to know if the market is going to go up or down, so it's not going to affect it while the stock market is open right at tomorrow. So that is going to be the end of this video, guys. If you have any questions, if you have any comments or any concerns, make sure you drop in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you smash the like button, guys. I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video, guys. Have a wonderful day.